5 o'clock on Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Project Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And we are not in our normal studio, are we? No. We're actually in a hotel, and we're currently filming. This is the dedication that we have for you guys right here on Magic TV. This is going up on Wednesday, so the people will know by now. But Ryland made it through to the semi-finals of Britain's Got Talent, which is super exciting. Boom. And he's in the live rounds, aren't you?
Yes.
And the live rounds, we're in London right now, in a hotel in London, and we've been rehearsing solidly for the semi-finals. We've been rehearsing all morning, haven't we?
Yes.
We're rehearsing all afternoon. We're rehearsing for the next couple of days, but we came and took a step back for a couple of minutes just to film this review show. So it's going to be a really quick review show. Now, this is going up on Wednesday, and you're doing the live rounds when?
Tuesday.
So you're going to know whether Ryland got through to the finals right now. Are you hoping to get through?
Yes.
But if you don't get through, it doesn't really that much of a problem.
No, this is for fun.
It's for fun, exactly. But it'd be cool if you did. But we'll know. You will know. By the time you watch this, you'll know. I'm sure
And
that...
we will.
And we will. We'll know as well. But I'm sure you'll have done awesome. It's an amazing act. It's an amazing act. It really is. Anyway, we're going to make this very, very quick because we've got to get back to rehearsals, haven't we? So we're going to look at 4 tricks. We're going to blaze through them. We've already done the performances, so we're just going to let you know exactly what we think. So without further ado, let's get on to this week's review show. Okay, so first up, we have Boarding Pass by Mariano, Goni, Magic, I think it is. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I love this. Do you?
Yes.
Like, this is incredible. There's one small weakness, which I can talk about in a minute, but this is incredible. Now, before we do anything, there's been criticism, by the way. People have criticised us on the Q&A. One thing that they've said is we talk about the trick before we actually perform it, and we should go straight into the performance first. So before we do anything, should we just run the performance?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a performance of me and me performing this to Ryland and his mom behind the camera, and then we'll let you know what we think. Okay, right, so I'm going to show you something. Do you know what these are?
Boarding passes.
They are indeed boarding passes. Well done, 3 boarding passes. I'm not going to tell you where they are, but they're to different cities somewhere in the world. Now, you're going to have a decision to make in a moment, but your mom's behind the camera, and Sarah, you're going to have a decision to make as well. I want you to, when I snap my fingers, name a city. Now, you can name a city anywhere in the world. It's totally up to you. It can be somewhere you've wanted to go to, somewhere you've never been to, somewhere it's on your bucket list. It can be local. It can be a million miles away. It's totally up to you. Where would you like to go?
Sydney.
Sydney, in Australia, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, here's a question, Sarah. Do you know how many cities there are in the world?
No.
Neither do I, actually. So we're going to find out. How many cities in the world? Question mark. So, if I do a search on Google, how many cities there are in the world? There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, hang on. Got it. 10,000 cities. That's how many cities there are in the world. And you could have named any one of those 10,000 cities, but you named Sydney, right?
Yeah.
Now, normally, you would do this on a spectator's phone. However, I'm going to do that. You don't have a phone because you're a kid. So I'm going to do this on my phone. But it's important. It's important for everyone to know that I could do this on a spectator's phone. Now, there's these 3 boarding passes. You're going to pick any one of them. I said you had a decision to make. Which one would you like to pick? Because this is an incredible coincidence. Which one would you like to pick?
That one.
Are you sure you want that one? You can change your mind if you want to.
I want that one.
Okay, so you didn't pick this one. Let's just scan the QR code and let's just find out where that one goes to. It should open up a Maps link. It does open up a Maps link. It's opening up Google Maps, and as you can see, this one went to Nagoya in Japan. Okay, so that one was to Nagoya in Japan. Now, this is all about choices. So we know that's to Nagoya in Japan. Do you want to stick with that one? Or do you want to change it for that one?
I want to stick with that one.
You want to stick with that one? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, and like I say, this could be done on your phone. It's just that you don't have a phone because you're a kid. Let's have a look at where this one goes to. This one goes to Birmingham. It goes to our hometown. That one's to Birmingham in the UK. So that one's Birmingham, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't do either of those. You did this one, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just open up my camera and I'll scan the QR code because you're not going to believe this. If I open it up, you'll see that this one actually goes to Sydney in Australia, the city that your mom named. How awesome is that?
That's pretty cool.
So that's Boarding Pass, and it really is that clean. Basically, you carry these 3 boarding passes around with you and you're good to go. It is an app, but you can't even tell that there is an app in play. But there's an app that you need to put on your phone. It works with an Android and it works with Apple, so it works with any phone. And as long as you've got that app, you're good to go. Now, obviously, you are going to need internet connection. So if you're performing in some dodgy underground layer where you've got no internet, you're not going to really be able to do this. But if you're performing, anywhere else, as long as you've got internet, it would work. And what's really cool about this is they genuinely have a free choice of any boarding pass.
Yes.
And obviously you're having to input the city that they name into the app in order for it to program the boarding passes. Now, there's various different ways of inputting it. The way that I actually used in the performance, that's my favorite way, because I think it's really justified asking people how many cities there are. There are various other ways that you can do it as well. One of the cleanest ways of doing it is with an assistant. So you can actually do it with an assistant. So you could have, let's say you were performing to a group of people and I wasn't performing, I could actually program it for you. So you could literally just say, hey, I've got 3 boarding passes here, name a city, and I can be off to one side, hear what city they say, and I can program it for you so they don't have to do anything, which is really cool. That way they don't even feel like there's a phone in play. Your phone is in play at all. But to be honest, that's not practical in every condition. The method I just showed you is practical. And like I said in the performance, I had to use my phone in order to scan the boarding passes because Ryland doesn't have a phone, but you would not do that. You would have the spectator give you their phone.
Yeah, you would use spectator's phone.
So what do you think of this? Have you got any questions about it?
I think you've covered them all.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's pretty much self-working. It is a genuine free choice of any boarding pass. The only problem, do you think this is an issue? I was speaking to Lloyd about this and on the podcast, and he said that the only problem he's got with it is these boarding passes are a bit too big. So when you put them into your pocket, they might take up a bulky thing to carry around. Like when you go and perform close-up magic, you don't even have pockets, do you? You wear like a shirt and a t-shirt like this. You wouldn't even have anywhere to put this.
Nope.
Like that's Lloyd's problem with this.
Yeah.
And he said what he would probably do is take a picture of the QR code and create like a business card size thing and have it on the business card size thing so it would fit into a wallet, which you could do. But yeah, what do you think of this? I mean, obviously the advantage of using the board passes is they do look like boarding passes.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Would you do this?
Yeah, I would do this.
You don't do much mind reading and mentalism, do you?
No.
You'd do this, would you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not your favourite trick this week, though, is it?
No.
But you would do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to give it?
95.
95. I'm going to give this 100. I think this is amazing. I'm going to put this straight into my act. I actually don't mind. I don't think the pocket space is a bit of an issue for me because I wear a jacket, so it can just go in my jacket, and I just think it's really killer. I love the fact that they can name any city and it's been predicted from the very beginning. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. It does connect up with another app that the same creator made called the Now app, which gives you other input methods, including sort of voice recognition and stuff like that. I can't comment on that because I haven't got that app. But to be honest, you don't need that. From what I've seen, from all of the tutorials I've seen, every type of input method you need is included in the trick. So highly recommended. Let's get straight on to the next trick.
So we have the Awakening by Dan Harlan.
We have the Awakening by Dan Harlan, which is a new trick by Penguin Magic. Dan has been doing this in his lecture for years.
Yes.
But
I love this.
I know you love it. But before we do anything, should we do the performance? Because we don't want to annoy people. We'll show you Ryland performing this first, and then we'll talk about what we think.
Earlier this month, I saw this guy on TV who had a long rope, he had a short rope, and he had a medium rope. He got the medium rope and he got the long rope, and when he did, they all changed to the same size. And then he said that's not the end, and he took the first piece, he took the second piece and the third piece, and then he stretched one and made one short. So he had a long, a short and a medium. The next day I went to the shop and asked the man if he had the trick that the guy did on the other day. And he said, do you mean this one? He had the long rope, he had the short rope, and he had the medium one. He got the long one with the medium, and they instantly changed to the same size. And I was like, yes, it's that one. And he said, and he said, I can't sell it to you because they're all the same size. So he just grabbed them and went, and now you can have it. So I took it, and for the next few days, I practiced getting a long rope, a short rope, and a medium, and taking the long rope with the medium and getting them all the same size. And then once I got good at that, I took them all together, the medium, the medium, the medium, and got that. So I can finally show you that tonight, the long, the short, and the medium. Should I grab the first two? That. So now you have all the same size. Now I can grab them for you and go. And that's the 3 rope trick.
So, like I said, this has been around for years. In fact, you know, when I was in America and I was on the penguin stand, I was performing right next to Nick Lacoppa, and he was doing this over and over again. And he told me a story about how he was, he'd been working with Dan for years, and he's watched Dan do this for years, and he just assumed that the ropes used magnets or something like that. And when he actually realized how it worked, he was just completely fooled, and he immediately there at that point put it straight into his act. So what do you think? You were fooled when you first watched this, and you don't get fooled by much stuff, do you? But you had no idea how this worked.
Yeah, I had a bit of an idea, but it wasn't no idea, but it fooled me.
It fooled you, it fooled you. And you absolutely loved this. You had a few things that you wanted to say about this, so go ahead. What did you want to say?
I like the part where they just go all the same size. You just grab the long rope and then...
It is super visual, isn't it?
It looks so weird. It just looks so weird.
It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, like how is that even possible?
It really is great. And you've been doing rope magic for a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
Your favourite trick up until this point is fibre optics. Fibre optics, yeah. But you told me something about this in fibre optics. What did you say?
I like this more than fibre optics.
You like this more than fibre optics. So you're gonna start doing this over fibre optics?
Yes.
Because you're putting a new show together at the moment, aren't you? Is this going to go in the show?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I think this is amazing. There's a moment in the tutorial, by the way, where he pretends to expose the method of the original the original Professor's Nightmare. I don't particularly like that moment. I don't think it looks very good. So I've just took that bit out. You took that bit out as well, didn't you? But the actual routine itself, I love the way that you present it by talking about how you saw it on TV and then you went to do it to the magic. Because the one problem with this is there's no ending to the trick, really, when you think about it. You just do it over and over again. So you have to justify that in presentation. And I like the way that you did it. Like, hey, you want to learn how I got into magic? Let me tell you I got into magic. I saw a magician on TV. You know, you go through this whole thing and you go, finally tonight I can perform this trick for you. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's the way.
And that's the 3 rope trick, yeah.
And that's the 3 rope trick. I think that's a really good way of doing it. Yeah, like I said, we're keeping these reviews brief today.
Yes.
But it's super practical.
Yeah.
How hard is it?
It's not that hard.
It's fairly easy, isn't
You
it?
just got to pull a rope down.
Yeah, that's it. It's
All you need to do is take a rope and pull a rope down.
yeah, that's it. It's not hard. It took you a while to get your head around it, though. You broke it, and we had to fix it.
Yeah.
Give your hand out the way.
Luckily, you bought 2. You bought 2.
I got 2 of them. Although we're going to fix the other one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's at home at the moment.
It really is at home. Yeah, I mean, I really like this. I think it's really good. I would highly recommend it to anyone.
Yes.
I think this would be really good in kid shows as well.
Yeah.
I think you can do a lot of look, no, see. Imagine it. I've got 3 ropes. They're all different sizes. There's a long one, there's a medium one, and there's a short one. They are all different sizes, you can see. What? They're all the same size? That's weird. No, this is only going to work if they're all different sizes. Hang on, let me just give a pull. Right, now they're all different sizes. Guys, is this a big one? Yes. Is this a medium one? Is this a small one? Yes. They're all different sizes. Now we can begin. And then you go into, yeah, I think that
Yeah,
would...
and then at the end you just say, look, we'll use different ropes and you get fibre optics out.
Yeah, that would be... And you transition into fibre optics.
Yeah, say, oh look, I've got another set of ropes here. I've got a different set of long, medium and short, and then you do fibre optics.
I like that. But it's also practical for table hoppers. You can do it walk around.
Yeah.
But it worked big enough, like you're planning on doing it in a stage show, aren't you? It's big enough to put in a stage show, but it's also small enough to do in close up. Like it's killer. I absolutely love this. I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna do a Ryland on this. I'm gonna give this 120%. I'm gonna give it trick of the week. What about you?
Yeah, I'm giving this trick of the week. And I'm giving it 119%.
100, not what, because it's not Alakazam. 119%. Trick of the week. It's absolutely incredible. Whether you do close-up or stage, parlour, cabaret, kids shows, virtual shows, street performer, whatever it is, this is a really killer trick to do. It's highly recommended. Okay, so next up we have Moneyball, and this is by Kranzo, and this is another one by Penguin Magic. Let's have a quick look at Moneyball before we talk about what we think. That was shot on the mean streets of London. In actual fact, it was shot in a cafe while we were waiting for Mommy, wasn't it?
Yes, that was in Greg's.
It was in Greg's, yes, because nothing says quality hot chocolates like Greg's.
Yeah.
They do the best hot chocolates. Anyway, what it is it's, well, you just saw the performance. It's over very, very quickly. It's basically, you bring out a coin, you shake it, it turns into a ball, you bounce the ball, you can hand it out for examination or make it disappear. I love this as an introduction. You know as well as me, when you're doing an opening routine, especially when you're doing close-up, you need to grab people's attention straight away. You can't go into a long, boring card trick. You can't go into something like boarding pass. You need to get their attention first.
Yes.
So what I like about this is just saying, hey guys, my name's Craig, I'm going to show you some magic. Would you like to see a coin trick or would you rather see a ball trick? It's up to you. I can do the ball trick. Ball trick's all about making the ball disappear. Let's do something else. What would you like to see now? Like, there's so many magical moments in like just a couple of seconds.
Yes.
We haven't talked about this. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
Yes, I really like this.
Why do you like it so much? Because let's be honest, you're pretty good at sleight of hand. You could do a Bobo switch and you could make a ball turn into a coin or a coin turn into a ball without the gimmick. Why do you like it so much? Is it because it's super visual and you literally...
Yeah, you just shake it with like Bobo switch, you have to put it in the other hand. But this, you just go... bounce, catch.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I really like it. It takes up no pocket space. I've actually got it here in my pocket right now because I like it so much I carry it around with me. So it actually takes up no pocket space. I've got it right here with me right now. There it is. So you can literally go into it anytime you want to. I do really like this. I think it's really good. There you go. Whoa, look at that. It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, if you're a table hopper or you're a close-up magician, this is great because it's not going to take up any table space. It's not going to take any pocket space. You can do it stand-up. You can do it sit-down. I really like it.
Yeah.
Really, really like it.
Really like it.
I'm going to give it 90%. What about you?
95%.
95%. We're upping the percentage here. 95% for Ryland, 90% for me. Let's have a look at the final product. We have today is the envelope opener by Blake Vogt, and this is only available from Blake Vogt. You can't get it from any other magic shops. It's only available directly from Blake, and every single one of them is handmade. It is the trick that he's been using to open his stage shows and cabaret shows and parlour shows for God knows how long. I sat down with Blake at the Magic Live and chatted to him for a long time, and he was telling me that he'd just done a run of shows at the Magic Castle, and he'd used this to open at the Magic Castle. If you haven't heard of it, it's been quite underground. Unless you're on Blake's mailing list, you might not have heard of it. So let's do a quick performance of it first so you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, right, I'm going to show you the greatest prediction of all time, and I don't want people at home to think that you're in on it, so I'm going to do it to your mom behind the camera. Sarah, I have an envelope here. I'm going to tell you right now, inside I have a prediction. Sarah, you're going to be blown away by this. Inside this envelope, I have a prediction. Now, in a minute, you're going to name a card. You can name any card, but start off. Would you like a high card or a low card?
Low.
I knew you were going to pick a low card, which is why inside here, I've actually got a prediction that you were going to name a low card. Look at that. Look, because the arrow's pointing down,
Yeah,
you
of course
see.
you couldn't turn that around, could you, to turn it up? But okay.
Look, that was the prediction, okay? It's very impressive.
Sure, it's low.
Let's see if we can go further. A low card would be like a 2, 3, 4, or 5, something like that.
Right.
So when I snap my fingers, name a value.
4.
You want a 4? Are you sure? You can change your mind if you want
3.
to. Oh, you do want to change your mind?
Yeah, 3.
Hang on, let's use one of those hack lines. Have you ever helped a magician now? Which you're not helping one right now.
No, let's go for 5.
You're really getting really annoying at this point. Which one is it going to be?
Try 5.
5. Okay, are you positive? Now, be honest with me. I couldn't have known that you would have picked 5, could I?
I hope not.
So would the answer be no?
No.
No, correct. No. Look at that.
Oh
No.
man. Okay.
It's amazing, isn't it? You don't look very impressed. Okay, look. There's clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Which one do you want to go for?
Hearts.
Are you sure? Okay, enough with the silly jokes now. No more silly jokes, I promise you. You could have named anything, right? Let me just open up this envelope. And I want you to see that the envelope won't open up. But if it did open up, I want you to see, look, there's only one card inside this envelope. One card and one card only. Ryland, what I'm going to show you this card. What word does it bring to mind?
I don't know.
The word is wow.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Wow.
I don't know how you got it. It actually says wow on there. That's the word. You don't look very impressed. Of course, if I open it up, you can see I knew you would pick the 5 of hearts.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Okay, so that's the envelope opener.
Yes.
Now, obviously I'm sitting in a studio environment. This is really designed more of a stand-up piece. In fact, just so you can see how good this is, if you've never seen it before, I'm just gonna run a full live performance of Blake doing this at an actual comedy club style gig, just so you can see what it looks like with a live audience in front of you.
Here's the first trick. I need your help, okay? In a deck of cards, there are high cards and there are low cards. Which ones would you like, the high cards or the low cards? The high cards, yes? And I knew you would say the high cards. So close. All right, you, sir. Next question is for you. Out of the high cards, let's say 10, Jack, Queen, or King. Up to you. Which one do you want, sir? King, yes? And is there any way I could have known you were going to say that? No. And I correctly predicted? No. Hang in there. Hang in there. Okay. King. Let's say, for you, sir, last question. King of clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds? Up to you. Which one?
Hearts.
Hearts. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, no more dumb jokes. No more dumb jokes. There is one card and one card only in there. And you wanted the King of Hearts? I don't even want to show you. I'm just going to show you, sir. Okay, lean forward. What do you think?
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, wow. You nailed it. At the brunch show, this kid was like, Mom? No, this is not the dumb joke castle, okay? You said hi, you said king, you said hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one card here, and one card only, the very own King of Hearts! That was dumb at first, but that got good.
There you go. I mean, this is killer. I do a lot of stand-up magic, and the whole idea of this routine being very comedic, very funny, allowing to play off the audience, this is something that really appeals to me. Now, one thing to note is, although when you saw me perform it, I was holding this envelope, the only reason I was doing that is because I haven't got a jacket on me and I was sitting down. What Blake suggests that you do on the video is that you go from your jacket pocket. So you ask the first thing, you say, hey, would you like high cards or low cards? And you reach into your pocket to actually bring out the first prediction. That way you don't even have the first envelope on display ever, which I think is a really good idea. You could also do that without a jacket. If you had 2 back pockets, you could achieve the same thing, or you could even have it in a case and do it from your case. I do think that the envelope that, having this first envelope here, I don't think that's needed. I think that's kind of overkill.
I don't think it's needed either.
Yeah, I think it's better to just bring it out from your pocket and then go straight into it. But if you think about it, from the audience's point of view, they name any card.
Yeah, they name any card and you do the no gag.
Yeah, well, first of all, you got the high-low gag, then you got the no gag, then you got the wow gag, And then finally, after the wow gag, you got the whole thing. I mean, what do you think of it? I mean, is it your style? I don't know if it's your style. I don't know if you do this. Is it your style?
I don't think I'll do it.
No, I didn't think you would do it. I would definitely do this. This is 100% my style. You're less of a comedy performer, aren't you? And
Yeah.
you're kind of more of a serious kid magician is what you are. But for me, this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, you saw what it is. You just saw the routine. If you want a really cool 5-minute piece that will play to a big audience. Oh, by the way, the other thing that Blake does, which is really nice, you know at the end where you have the wow card and you open it up, and it's the card that they named, he gives that away to the audience member, and he gives you the templates in the download so you can actually print off more of them at a print shop. You can print off as many as you want to, and then you can just like reset it in between shows.
Yes.
So you can give that wow card away, which I think is a really nice moment as well. I don't think you're going to give it this much, but I really love this. This is absolutely going into my cabaret show. I'm always looking for really fun openers. I'm going to give this 100%. I love this.
I'm going to give this 79%.
70, because you're not going to do it.
Yes.
So 79% from Ryland, which is the highest mark he can give something if he's not going to do it. 100% from me. If you're looking for something in the stand-up world, but I say stand-up, you can actually do this walk around if you wanted to. If you're doing a big table, it would take up a couple of pocket spaces, but if you were working at a big table, you could do this as well, but really is primarily more of a stand-up trick. If you're looking for something that would work in a stand-up show that's funny and this fits your personality or your performing character, then absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
Let's wrap this up.
And that's another review show in the bag. And that's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
Are we doing the hand because you're sitting down?
Yes.
Makeshift review show here, people. Just so you know, it is another review show in the bag. Sorry about the lack of like studio here this week. Sorry about the fact that we've kept it quite quick, but we've got to get back into rehearsals.
Yeah.
And if you liked Ryland's semi-final piece, let us know down below. Let's hope that you do it well and you don't screw it up. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon you'll screw it up, or do you reckon you'll be okay?
Yeah, I think we'll be.
It's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's quite hard, but I think he's going to be amazing. But either way, let us know in the comments down below what you think. You want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. We're going to be back next Wednesday, aren't we?
Yes.
And if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow Ryland on Instagram, who has now got over 4,000 followers.
Yes.
I hate you. I'm on just over 2,000. And yeah.
Wait, you had that like 2 months ago?
Shut up, Ryland. Also,
I had that 2 months ago.
shut up, Ryland.
2 months later.
Shut up, Ryland.
Still on the same number.
Shut up, Ryland. Also, I'm actually, no, I've gone from 2,000 to 2,179.
Not
Thanks.
much. Compared to 2,000.
We'll be back again very, very soon. Although next week's review show might not be the Craig and Ryland review show. He's getting too famous now. I might kick him off, and we might be starting next week with the Craig and Thea review show. So look out for that. But we'll be back again.
No, it's not true. It's not
Thea's
true.
behind the camera.
It's
She's
not
just
true.
done this. She's like, yeah.
It's not true.
I'm firing you, dude.
Yeah.
We'll be back again soon. I'm Craig.
I'm on.
Thanks very much. We'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.